Is that what you're doing now then? Mainly voiceover work.
I retired this year, and I
Good
do.
retirement.
Thank you very much. 62. I'm glad I made it.
You don't look 62.
Thank you very much. I'm still keeping myself in shape, which is nice. I
Yeah,
enjoy,
yeah.
enjoy training. I eat really healthy. I live a great life. Got a fantastic wife and kids, so life is good. Life is very, very good. It's treated me well. But yeah, voiceovers are one of them things. You can be 97 and living in Timbuktu, but if you have a voice, then it sells. It's and it does. I've got a good voice for it, so that still works. And I've done tons of stuff for Nat Geo, for Versus, for BBC America. I send stuff over to England occasionally. And tons of commercials. It's a little quieter now because I don't really follow it because I've got older. I don't want to work. I love doing voiceovers. Love doing them because literally you're talking to someone and they can be in Marrakesh, or we could be anywhere. I get a lot of stuff where people ring me from the Midwest and they go, "Hey, how you doing there, son?" And I'll be talking to them, and then I just literally I've got a headset on, and they'll send me a script, and I'm looking at it on my computer, and I do my voice, and I send it off, and it goes very, very well. And sometimes it'll come on. I did the what's it called? The Tour de France a few years back, which was a fantastic gig because they said you can't go on holiday while it's on. You have to be at your studio. So bearing in mind the studio is a cupboard, what I'm sitting in now. As long as it's quiet, we're good. As long as you've got a good mic, you're good to go. And I'll be watching the race and someone would fall off. And I'd get a phone call or a text, and it would say something like Contador's fallen off, or so and so is taking the lead, and it would just be a little script. Might only be 6 words. I come up here.
What, whilst it's live?
Yeah, whilst it's live, and I'd come up here. Contador has fallen off, and so takes the lead, and who will be the king of the mountains? That kind of thing. And I'd go downstairs and I'd sit in front of the TV again, and it'd go, da-da-da, king of the mountains. It would be me. Oh, what an awesome gig that is.
Yeah. Well, you sound like you could do the voice. Do you remember when you used to go to the cinema here in England, and you'd have that like really deep voice talking over like the trailers at the start of the film? Do you remember that?
Yeah. I think
I suppose I haven't been offered to do that.
I think that's how I started off wanting to do voiceovers. Probably from hearing a guy say "in the world," just can't even think of stuff now. But I would listen to guys. I would always, when I was a kid, I'd always do cartoon characters. I'd listen to cartoon characters, and by ear, I'd just pick them up and do them. And then, if I do an Australian ad, I ring up my mate Sam, who's Australian, and I'll listen to him. And by the time we've had a 2-minute conversation, I kind of turn into an Aussie, and I do that, and I pick up different accents. But I think it was listening to the trailers in the movie theaters that really, really got me into it. Because I do have a deep voice, which works really, really well.
Yeah, when you're voice recording, say for The Getaway, for example, have you got to learn the script, or can you have the script with you? Because no, obviously
both. Because when you're doing the scene and you got all the gear on, whether you're not in the suit or whatever, you've got to know the script. But when you're actually in the booth, it's lovely because it's right in front of you.